Hey everyone, this is Shanta, and I'm back to talk about clarifying or ways of getting gunk out of your locks. Now, there is a lot of contributing factors I feel to build up in things appearing in locks. Sometimes it's more of the environment, like if you have pets or clothing, different things like that, that it just kind of it just catches. I mean, your hair is hanging once you get to a certain point. It's hanging, on your shoulders and things. It's going to pick up um, things from the environment and very easily. And some of the ways that people get past or around that is to have their hair wrapped up as much as possible. Like when they're not out, when they come home, they may put on a bonnet or they may put on a scarf or they sleep with scarves or things like that. That is one preventative way to, to get things that, or to not get things, I should say, from your environment in your hair. I'm not particularly good with always tying my head up or always putting on a bonnet or something like that. Um, when my locks were maybe about a year old or so, or when they were firm and established, I used to brush my locks. If I had that brush around so you can see. Yeah. I used to brush my locks with a soft bristle brush like this. You see, very soft because I'm not screaming. Um, and I would brush my hair with that like often, and that can kind of pick like some of the lint, because a lot of times like a little ball of something will be on the end, and it just gets to stay there and get wrapped up. Whereas if you're doing something like brushing through them, maybe once a week, or when you go to wash your hair, that can kind of get some of those ones that are just kind of attach themselves to you, but not, embedded in as of yet. Once my hair got to be down here where I can kind of pick it up and play with it in a way, I was always seeing if there was something in there and kind of picking it out, if I saw it, before it also got a chance to really get embedded in there. I also think that sometimes the things that we use can also encourage that kind of gunk look to our hair. So this is not a video where I'm saying don't use whatever product, don't use, use what you use. Just bear in mind that some things that you use, you really need to wash and scrub your hair. I think with locks, we can get into the habit of not rinsing long enough and making sure that the suds really get into the locks, to try to break down whatever it is that we put into our hair. I think we do the little half-ass lazy run through and think that's going to get it, and it's not. And I think that may be barring tying up your hair or anything like that, rinsing your hair for a good while and really like making sure that when you get, I don't have the long length to be able to really show you, but when you're scrubbing your locks and you're washing them with your shampoo, you really need to try to smush that all in, and once you're done, you really need to try to get it all out, because even residue shampoo can end up turning into gunk if you let it. So rinsing is really, really important, and I think maybe what a lot of people run into the problem is that they don't rinse everything out of their hair enough. If we get to the point that there's already a gunk in your hair that you can visibly see and you want to try to get out, there's recommendations for apple cider vinegar rinses. I really don't personally have a lot of experiences with it. Like I've seen some things on Napatrality, and I've seen some people have some success with it. I tried it, I think, once or twice. I think just for trying sake, just because everybody else was doing it, and maybe I have a jump off the bridge mentality, but everybody was doing it, and hey, I had some apple cider vinegar in my house, so I did it. But because I didn't really have anything that was an issue, I really didn't see anything that made me feel like I should keep it up. But what you should research if you're thinking about apple cider vinegar is the ratio to water that you do with your apple cider vinegar, and also to me, the good thing would be to let it kind of sit on your hair for a while to give it time to break down whatever it is that has gotten into your hair. The one way that I'm familiar with as far as making sure that gunk is either taken care of or doesn't, become a problem is using a clarifying shampoo regularly, once a month or every time you wash your hair, depending on what kind of products you use. And the other way would be like someone had had a substantial amount of stuff in their hair, and they were like, can you help me out? So what we did was we took Sea Breeze, which is the facial astringent. I put it in a spray bottle, and I sprayed down the locks that was really having an issue, and I really worked them in. Like if you could take a lock and do like that, really worked it in and let it sit on her hair for a good little while, probably about a half an hour or so. Then what we did after that was I boiled hot water, and if you can, it's kind of difficult to do, but it really did seem to help. If you can, either if you have it on a pan, have somebody help you, or if you can get to the tub or have it on the tub, just kind of dip your hair into the boiling hot water, and what that will do will help to basically melt any of the stuff that has have gotten into your hair, and make sure you give them a good dip in the boiling hot water. After that, you can then wash it really good with a clarifying shampoo. And again, remember, the rinsing I think is really the key. Once you really scrub the locks, that the rinsing is a part of making sure that you don't have that same vicious cycle happen again. So that's my feelings on that. I think the number one thing that attributes to that kind of buildup is the fact that people don't really rinse their hair as long as they should, and that if we kind of adopt that practice of doing that, then we could do other methods to get rid of the gunk that has already built up at the same time. You don't want to keep doing the same things, end up having it happen again. Alright, so I hope that's been helpful. If you do a search for ACV rinse or ACV clarifying, there's a few videos I've seen about that, so they should be helpful to you all if you're interested in doing that. Alright, so if you have any questions, please feel free to post them, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.